up, witches? It's the Undercover Witch, and today we are going to be doing our earth sign readings. Specifically, if your sun sign is in Capricorn, then this reading is for you. If you're another earth sign, you can go check out my other videos. I already have the Taurus and Virgo posted. So this reading is going to be from the end of July throughout the end of August. So it's going to cover that time range. I know I'm starting a bit later than usual, but thank you so much for being patient with me. As I've mentioned before, I have some family members that are going through several health issues at the moment. Several family members that are going through several health issues at the moment. So I really do appreciate all of the patience that y'all have had with me and these little hiatuses that I've had to take since starting the channel. But we are back and we're here, and I'm also going to be uploading back on my podcast as well. So if you follow my podcast on Podbean or anywhere you get your podcasts, we will be having a new episode pretty soon. It's going to be an interview with Zandra Hawes, and she is a psychiatrist and spiritual worker doing awesome stuff. So I digress. Let's go ahead and let's pull some cards for you. If you're ever interested in the decks I'm using, go check out my About section in my channel, and I'll have information there. Generally, I just have like a certain amount of decks. I don't buy a ton of them, so it's pretty much the same few each time. I rotate them depending on if it's like a sun, moon, or rising sign reading. But again, it's pretty easy to figure out what's what. Okay, so first off, we have the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Three of Wands. So with this Knight of Wands, we have something charging in here, but we also have the Seven of Swords. What I'm going to say is, possibly you might be very passionate about a particular thing at this moment. So let's say you're very passionate towards a cause, or you feel like you've been wronged by somebody else and you're just angry. You're angry about something, right? And this other person, they see your anger and they're like, ooh, this person's in a vulnerable position right now. They're not going to notice if I ruffle their feathers a little bit. They're not going to notice if I take advantage of them a little bit, right? They are using your like absent-mindedness at this moment to take advantage of your situation and of you. So they might not be like directly coming to you and making trouble for you, but they're taking advantage of things around you. So possibly like getting close to your friends, and like, you know, there's like people that like want to kind of infiltrate and then kick the main person out, like that kind of stuff, like drama. So that is going on. I also have the Queen of Swords and Three of Wands. So I feel like there's also somebody that has your back. So if you're just having somebody that's constantly around you all day, y'all aren't really connecting, but like they're there and you're going through a thing. So you just want somebody to talk shit to, and they let you because they're trying to take advantage of you. They find this a perfect opportunity. But there's also this Queen of Wands that's telling you like, hey, that person you're hanging around with, they ain't good for you. And you're like absentmindedly like kind of defending them, because like on one hand you're like, I know, and like whatever, but on the other hand you're kind of like, well, I want them there, and you're not realizing there's like a dependency issue, right? But we have the Three of Wands. So I feel like at some point you like they see you in a different light. This Queen of Swords sees you in a different light. They're very protective of you. They see you as a kid just dreaming. You have this idea of how you want your life to be, and they see how vulnerable you are. They're confusing that vulnerableness for like gullibleness as well, because it's kind of mixing that way, you know, because you're leaving yourself open, easy to take advantage of because of your emotions. Somebody's like using them against you. Another example of that is like if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a like a love interest or a spouse or a partner, and you have this friend that keeps talking mess about them, and you keep talking mess about your partner because you're mad at them, and they keep like adding fuel to that. Like, yeah, there's times when like, you know, there's something wrong in your relationship that you need to figure out, but there's other times where it's just like, okay, that was just a thing and I'm over it now. But this other person isn't letting it go. So that's another like version of this that I could see happening as well for some of you. And again, there's this person that's watching over you, trying to warn you of this person taking from you. They're keeping an eye on that person. For some of you, this may be your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are looking towards you. They're looking at this person in your life, and they're looking at you, and they're like, I'm not letting this person steal your energy. This person is divinely protected. I am not allowing them to take from you. But we have this Four of Coins, which I've gotten this for a few other signs this past week. So this specific card, it can mean a few things, but specifically what I'm looking at, I'm sorry, did I say Four of Coins? I meant Six of Coins. Little backwards there, my bad. But it's all about somebody gifting you something. It could be somebody from the past that was gifting you something. It could be somebody, future giving you something. For this specific deck, it's somebody that is gifting you something. You're able to give away something. So, but it's a gift of balance. So there's some kind of balance that I think it's your guides trying to stabilize your energy so that you are not having to deal with this person in your life. They're trying to like help you balance it out. So you might feel like a surge of energy around you. That's your guides like rounding around you and like, okay, we have to huddle and protect. That's what they're trying to do. We have the Sun. So like I just said, like that influx of energy that is happening, that is coming from your spirit guides at this moment. They're hoping to like avoid the conflict, but they're doing that fight for you. So just make sure again that you're careful about who you let into your life. But I do think this is something that is just happening right now, and they know that you don't see it, and they don't really want, like, it's not one of those like life lesson things where you're gonna have to learn the hard way. You will have to learn the lesson, yes, but it's not, they don't want it to affect you so badly that you can't recover from it. Like, it's not one of those hard lessons. But I think right now you're dealing with another hard lesson, and this person is just swooping in at that right time that you're going through that so that they can like also take advantage of where you're at, right? And your guides are like, no, we're not doing that. I also have the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and then the Palace of Swords. So all of this is trying to get you to a certain destination. You may be interested in seeking monetary like value. You're looking for money. That's what you've been chasing. That's what you've been wanting. And that's what everybody else is fighting for as well. So this person in your life, they might be like mooching off of you, like trying to like live with you and not like really put in any work, not trying to like, they're trying to take all your food, like all that shit. They're trying to do all that stuff. They're trying to just take what you have because they think that will bring them abundance. But really it's just like leaving y'all both in a worse spot than y'all were. But we have 10 of Wands. I think even though you don't want to admit that this is what's happening, you do realize that this is happening and it is causing a burden on you. So you are like, oh, this isn't it, right? This isn't it. Something with this person isn't right. The energy's off. I just don't like it. But you still feel stuck. So there's a dependency there. So as I'm reading, so this, the last week was your spirit guide trying to balance out your energy. The first week was you and this person and somebody watching over you. This third week that we're at now, sorry you can't see the cards. I usually push this back a little bit more, but I couldn't reach it. I moved my room around, and so it's a lot harder to move around in here. But this last week, this third week, so about 3 weeks, towards the end of August or mid-August, you're going to feel just super overburdened. You're going to realize, okay, it was a mistake. I should have listened to like my spirit guides. I should have listened to the people in my life, that this person wasn't great for me. I should have cut it off when I could. Now I feel like they're just draining me and it's like too much. But we have the Queen of Wands and the Palace of Swords. So I do think that this is being seen, and as soon as you've recognized it and made a like an effort, like, okay, I'm I'm getting up. I'm going to stop complaining that it's hard to deal with this person. I'm going to stop complaining that the energy's off. I'm going to actually say something, and I'm going to put my foot down, and they're out. I'm cutting them out. That's it. I'm done. So all of that is happening. Let's go ahead and we're going to grab an oracle card for each week just to get a basic overview if there's anything we're missing, any extra energy going on. The third chakra, Angel of Love. So I feel like these oracle cards are focused really on the bigger thing that's happening. So you know how I said there's some kind of bigger life lesson that you're learning right now. And on the side, this other thing with this friend's happening. I think these oracle cards are more directed to this bigger event. So we have the third chakra archangel Chamuel, and he's all about your solar plexus. So that's about what you do, choosing what you do. It is also the chakra of the empath. So usually a lot of times, like empaths, they've been repressed with the power that they have in their ability to do things or to approach situations. So they've been in very traumatic and controlling situations where they've had to like read the energy of other people to be able to survive and kind of like control their environment. So because of this, it goes into that doing section because it's like it's like a superpower, but it's also kind of just because you repress what you're able to do. So sometimes you just sit there and you feel everything, but you don't have the ability to take action and do something about it because you just don't feel like you can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? You're so sensitive to what's happening in the energy that you feel like you cannot handle doing and taking action. So that's happening right there. You're feeling deeply. We have the Angel of Love. So this might be a breakup you're going through, or like I said earlier, this might be like a moment with your partner where things are changing and you can't really tell if it's going the way you want it to. So this is a big change for you love-wise, and you're really, really, really feeling that. We have contract, which is all about, again, balance and but also balancing emotions and your agreements with other people. And because this is in that third week, I do think that there's some kind of contract. Maybe you sign like a lease with this friend or something like that where they're going to be in your life longer than you want them to be. And you just have to figure out how you're going to handle it moving forward. But this also, I'm getting to, for some of you, that there's going to be new conversations with you and this partner on this bigger arena that you're dealing with right now. And because of those conversations, there's going to be a new dynamic between you and your partner, and it's going to have a bit more balance. Y'all are going to be like open again, talking again, and it's not going to be as harsh that we're looking at in the previous weeks. And our final card is that door to romance, so that just confirms that for me. Let's go ahead and we are also going to do just a few archetype cards to see what else is going on, what archetypes you're facing. If you don't know, archetype is just kind of like a theme of a person, place, or thing that happens throughout time and space. So we do have the Kiss. So I do get the sense that there's a lot of like darkness happening. Everything's happening in the dark, under the veil, under the light. It's not I'm sorry, in the like the dark, not under the light, but but like I don't know, it's very shadow energy. You want something, your partner wants something, this other person wants something, and y'all are all wanting these things in secrecy. So I think that there is some light that's going to be shed on that. We also have Anima Mundi, which is just how that universe connects in your energy with everything that's around you. So the way you express yourself, the way you allow your energy to be interpreted, like the way you send it out to be perceived, because you have control over that in a way, because you know how other people are going to feel about you. I mean, you just do. You just know. So because of that, it's attracting those things that are like you. So if you're going to be in secrecy, if you're going to not admit what you actually want about things, if you are going to be avoiding parts of yourself, other people are also going to be that way too, including your partner, including this person that you are dealing with, your friend, or this could also be your partner, honestly. So just think about that. Just take note. We're gonna do a goal card to see just something to keep in mind while you're moving forward. Do not confuse dreams with wishes. There's a difference. Dreams are where you visualize yourself being successful at what's important to you to accomplish, and dreams build convictions. So basically, a wish might be something that you never get. A dream is something that you can work towards and really put your foot down and get to. Let's go ahead and we're going to do an angel card. See if we get any angel messages to help you out with the situation. Write about your thoughts and feelings. So again, I was talking about how you are just covering everything up. You're working in the shadows, but you really need to let those things out. And sometimes it's best to start out by just being honest with yourself. Sometimes that is enough for you to not only bring that energy out, but also influence yourself to be more authentic than normal. For some of you, I do have this message that your children are being watched over by angels. So if you're in a relationship where you're married or that sort of thing, you know, your kids are safe. So they're going to be fine. They're going to be good. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and just do our 3 yes or no questions. So go ahead and think of a yes or no question. Try to take in everything that we talked about. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3. We got yes, and let's go ahead and grab a tarot card for clarification. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So whatever this dream is, whatever this thing is that you want, you're going to have to work towards it. I'm sorry. Like you're going to have to. You need more education specifically. So that might be going back to college. That might be taking a few like non-credit courses, you know, just to gain skills. It doesn't have to be like credit college level courses for you to gain skills on what you want to do, unless you want to do something like being a doctor or some shit, right? So just take note of what it is you want. Take note of resources, and then take note of where you can find those things that are going to benefit you at your level and in what you need to do. 1, 2, 3. Second question. That is also a yes. So we have the Devil and the 9 of Wands. So really, really working through that shadow energy. And it's not as bad as it seems, because you're causing a lot of attention. So this is giving me like black sheep energy vibes, rebel energy vibes, because this 9 of Wands is really, specifically in this deck, is really when everybody is looking at you, what you can do. They're afraid kind of your worth. So even though you feel small, because sometimes you are, sometimes they treat kids like this, right? Because they can already see like their potential. They try to knock them down while they're young so that they don't get full of themselves or have big egos or whatever. Like, but have your ego because you're worth that much and they can see it. That's why they're scared. Last question. 1, 2, 3. That is also a yes. And we have the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is all about wishes in this deck specifically. We also have the Emperor and the 6 of Pentacles. So you have to know what it is that you want and how to get there. Don't just wish for it. We talked about wishes, right? But the difference is like you can wish for this and go about and make deals with other people, let other people control you, or be too controlling of your situation and your path, and not be open to the possibility of making your dream or your wish come true. But if you make this wish into a dream and you're like, okay, let me explore it and let me make sure that, you know, this is possible. I can make this possible for me. I can take action to move forward. I can research the paths to take action to do forward. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, man, I really wish I could do that. Anyway, I'm going to go destroy my life and make deals with people who aren't honest, or let people control me, or just put myself in traumatic situations because why not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Moving without direction and moving with directions, the big difference there. But that is actually all I have for you today, Capricorn. I can't believe that have I been calling you Taurus the whole time? I'm so sorry. This was a reading for Capricorn. If I said Taurus, I apologize. I just did a reading for Taurus earlier. Different energy, completely different thing going on. So, hi Capricorn. I hope you're a Capricorn and I didn't confuse you. My bad. But hey, if you're a Taurus and this resonated with you, like, take it. Like, you're meant to see it. Maybe that mess up was just confirmation that this was for you. So, really listen to your intuition and your heart. And also, if it's obviously for you, it's obviously for you. You know what I mean? So that is everything I have for today. Like I said earlier, if I didn't say earlier, thank you so much for sticking around. And also, more videos will be coming up soon. My podcast is going to be back up and running. Few quick plugs. I am available on Keen as the undercover witch for y'all. If y'all are interested in any readings, you can always do a chat or schedule something with me there. Right now, I don't think I have my schedule on, but I do log on for chats at night every once in a while. So you can do that. You can also message me on Instagram if you're interested in a paid private reading. And I am on TikTok, Instagram, all the good places, on Facebook, that kind of thing, all the things. I am doing my podcast on Podbean, so I'm also a Podbean affiliate. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast and have questions or need help, you can go ahead and ask me in the comments. But I do have a link for you to get 1 month free. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and enjoy your weekend.